All right, we are live. What's up, guys? Thank you for coming to check out the stream. As always, what we're going to do is first we're going to go over the news, what we know so far. Then we're going to get into the salaries, and then finally we'll get into questions. And we got a full hour to lock, so we got a lot of time. Would appreciate if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're enjoying the content, would appreciate if you would hit that like button, and let's get into it. So let's go over what we know so far, guys. For Memphis news, we got no Brandon Clark, no Jay Crowder, and no Ja Morant. That's pretty big news, as well as JV and Melton out as well. Spurs are resting DeMar DeRozan and Rudy Gay, so that's a lot of usage to go around. We got Anthony Davis that he is playing tonight. We don't really have any idea of what the starters' minutes are going to look like, but Anthony Davis is in. Again, we knew this kind of from Monday. With Steph Curry is sitting tonight, Draymond and D'Angelo Russell will play. And I think we get about 25 minutes or so from them. That's kind of what we saw from Steph last game. We did get news that Portland, it looks like it's going to be a dress rehearsal for them tonight. So a lot of their starters get a big boost here. This quote says Damian Lillard and CJ are expected to play more than 30 minutes. The downside is the matchup, right, against Utah. Not the best matchup, but we did just see the Kings light it up on the Jazz. So that's something to take note of. Then it provided the source. This was for the showdown slate with the Hornets Pistons. That game is not on the main slate. Knicks starters, we got Dennis Smith Jr. is in tonight with RJ Barrett, Marcus Morris, Julius Randle, and Bobby Portis. So it's going to be interesting to see how that starting lineup meshes together. I like a lot of pieces in that game. We think that Rockets is going to be a dress rehearsal tonight, according to the Rocket beat writer from a few days ago. So that's obviously a huge boost. Harden, probably my favorite spend up. Really like Westbrook as well, too, for like $2K salary discount. No Chris Paul. That's pretty big. Obviously a boost to Schroeder and SGA, as well as, Gallinari, too. We got news that Frank Ntilikina is going to play big minutes, but I don't necessarily think we have to take a shot there. And Tyson Chandler's out. Let me look at Twitter, see if we got anything else. Nothing else. So let's jump into salaries. We'll go team by team. Again, we got a lot of time, so I'll get to questions at the end. But let's just go, again, let's go team by team here. So I'll start with the first game here, Hawks Knicks. I like a lot of pieces to this game. We'll start with the Hawks. Well, I guess before I jump into the Hawks prices, this is the front end of a back-to-back tonight. They play again tomorrow. So hopefully we get some news in the next hour or so about starters' minutes, because that is a concern that they limit their starters and play them a lot in the game tomorrow, or they're going to use this game as a dress rehearsal and then sit the starters tomorrow. So hopefully we get some news closer to lock about the Hawks starters. But the Hawks starters are playing normal minutes, regular season minutes. I would like them a lot. Trae Young has huge upside here at 8.3K. I think he goes a little bit lower owned tonight because I think a lot of people are going to go to guys like Harden, guys like Anthony Davis. So I think Trae Young kind of slips under the crack, but I still like him a lot there at 8.3. Same thing with John Collins at 5.9. I think he's really solid price in the mid-range. A guy that should play, 25, maybe 30 minutes if we're going to use it as a dress rehearsal. And the matchup's really good. Randall, Bobby Portis, not the best defenders. So I think Collins is solid in the mid-range. I like Jabari Parker, too, at 4.8K. Going to be coming out the bench, but I like that he's small forward eligible. I say he gets probably 20 or so minutes, maybe a little bit more. And he's the guy that when he's out there, he's going to be super aggressive. And again, you kind of can get 5 bigs in your lineup if you plug Jabari in at small forward. So I think he's a solid salary relief play. And then the other guys, everyone is, Alex Len at 4.2, yeah, it's okay. That's kind of it for me, really. It's Jabari, John Collins, and Trae Young. And that's all I'm really targeting for the Hawks side. So let's move on to the Knicks. Knicks, we got a lot of people I do like. Randall at the top at 6.9K. We got Mitchell Robinson actually even coming out the bench. They're going to start Randall and Bobby Portis together. So it's going to be interesting to see how they mesh. And again, a higher usage point guard too and Dennis Smith Jr. So again, it's going to be really interesting to see how the starting unit kind of works. But the matchup's really good, right? We targeted a lot of Miami Heat guys against the Hawks last game. That worked out. Tyler Hero went crazy there in the first quarter. Jimmy had a slow start, but then picked it up, and Bam went off too. So really, we want to target some players here against Atlanta. Randall, again, he has huge upside. We saw the Pelicans last year. We've seen it in the preseason so far. Alfred Payton coming out the bench. Don't think we have to go there. RJ Barrett, I talked about in my video. He's not the highest usage guy, but it's just the minutes, right? He put 39 and then 35 minutes. if he's going to continue to play those minutes in a good matchup, yeah, I think he's a really solid mid-tier play here. Same thing with Marcus Morris. The minutes have really been there for him. The slight concern is Kevin Knox is back, so maybe the minutes go down on him a bit. But he's a guy that's looked really good in his offense, and again, a really good matchup. So I like a lot of these Knicks starters. Mitchell Robinson on the bench is viable. Again, but know what you're getting into. He's a guy that's always in foul trouble. He killed me the other night when he got like 5 fouls, only played 10 minutes. But the upside's there. Guys like him, Marquise Chris, Jaren Jackson Jr., the upside's high on those guys, but also low floor because those guys are always in foul trouble. Now, Bobby Portis at 5.2K, I like, picking up a start. The concern is, again, he's playing with higher usage guys around him now. He's got Randall, he's got Dennis Smith Jr., RJ Barrett's going to shoot a bunch. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works. I still think he's viable, and again, the matchup's really good. So yeah, again, I like a lot of these Knicks guys. Kevin Knox coming off the bench, don't hate it. I think I prefer RJ Barrett. I think the minutes will be a little bit more solid. And Dennis Smith Jr. is interesting at 5K. I just don't know what the minutes are going to be like since he's coming back from injury. And they have other point guards. They have Alfred Payton, right? They have Nicotina. So I like the upside on him, but I'm just worried of what the minutes are going to be like. And that's kind of it. Taj on the bench, I don't think we had to go there. Nicotina, 4.4. They said they want to give him a good run, but I probably think there's better value plays. Yeah, that's kind of it for New York. So let's move on to San Antonio. Again, San Antonio news, what we know so far. No DeRozan, no Rudy Gay. It's always a risk playing Spurs, The Spurs, any game, really, you can get Popovich. Popovich, seems to always just screw us in DFS. But, I think the starters get some decent run here. I'd probably say 20 to 25 or so minutes. Aldridge is doable at 7.1. Obviously, no DeRozan. That's a pretty big boost. Probably my favorite play would be DeJounte Murray at 5K. It's just whether or not these guys are getting minutes, right? The risk with the Spurs guys is they always seem to spread it out in the preseason, so that's the concern is whether or not the minutes are going to be there with these guys. But if DeJounte Murray gets like 25 or so minutes, I think he's a really solid play. Derek White's doable at 4.9. Carroll off the bench, possibly starting. Don't hate it. Bryn Forbes, 2 scoring dependent for me. Jakob Poeltl's interesting at 4.3. Will probably play 20 or so minutes. I like the upside, but I think I like the upside in a few other centers a little bit more. Guys like McGee and Whiteside for 1,000 more. So if you really need a salary relief play, I think Pearl's fine, but I think I prefer a couple other cheaper centers. Then Lonnie Walker, too, at 4.2K. He's the guy that lit it up in the Summer League. And again, the concern is whether or not the minutes are going to be there for him, right? Popovich always spreads out the minutes. So if you're playing Spurs guys, the risk is that, they just don't get the minutes. So I know that ahead of time, but there are some solid plays for the Spurs. The Rockets, they said they're going to use this game as a dress rehearsal, so the two at the top, Harden and Westbrook, I like a lot, and I definitely think it's viable to play both. Both those guys are going to have the ball in their hand most of the game. They're going to be super aggressive, going to play 30-plus minutes, right? Dress rehearsal, possibly even 35, right? So Harden, Westbrook, I think 2 of the top spend-ups on the slate. If you can't get Harden, you can definitely go Westbrook for a 2K less. You can play both if you want to, too. Capella at 6.2K, I think is doable. Again, the minutes should be pretty solid. I probably prefer the upside in a couple other centers, though. But I think he's doable, and the minutes should be, again, pretty solid. And then other guys, PJ Tucker is okay. Again, a guy that can get you there, blocks and steals, doesn't necessarily have to score, but don't know if you have to go there in this slate. Eric Gordon at 4.5 is doable. Again, he's going to shoot the ball a bunch when he's out there, so... Sorry, excuse me. Don't know if we have to go there, though. I probably think there's better value plays. And that's kind of it, really. Tyson Chandler, don't play him. He's going to be out. Ben McLemore, yeah, okay. It really, for me, it's kind of Harden and Westbrook, and that's it. Capella's decent. But yeah, it's those top 2 guys for me. If we move on to Memphis, so we got some Memphis news. Again, no JV, no Clark, and no John Morant. So that's kind of big news. We don't have a starting lineup yet for them, but Tyus Jones, I presume, picks up the starting at 4.8K. He's a guy that can crush one given minute. So I think he's a pretty solid cheap play. Jaren Jackson Jr., I think I'm going right back to the well here, 4.3K. Again, know the risk. The foul trouble risk is there. So the floor is low, but the upside's high if he stays out of foul trouble. I think he goes a lot lower owned because he burned everyone, including myself. But, yeah, like I said, if he stays out of foul trouble, I think he's a really solid play here at 4.3K. Probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, value play of the day. You could look to other guys, too, like Kyle Anderson. Will probably get a little run at the point guard. Ivan Robb's a guy that can crush in limited time. We saw it in the regular season last year. No Jay Crowder, too. Caboclo, A lot of these Memphis guys are pretty solid. Mixer with a $15 donation. Wow, thank you, man. Should I keep doing what you're doing? Amazing content. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. We're over almost 300 viewers here too, guys. Again, if you're enjoying the content, would really appreciate if you hit that like button. Mixer, you're the man, dude. But yeah, Caboclo, Tyus Jones, like there's a lot of pretty solid cheap options here for Memphis, and I think they get a decent run. I think my favorite again would be Jaren Jackson Jr., but there's other value guys you can consider, right? Brooks, Rob, Kyle Anderson, Tyus Jones. I think it would be Jaren Jackson Jr. 1 and then Tyus Jones 2, and then probably Caboclo and Ivan Robb. But yeah, there's definitely some guys in play here. OKC wise, we got no Chris Paul and no Diallo. But it looks like everyone else is in play. With Steven Adams being back, I don't think we can go Noel. But SGA, Gallinari, and Schroeder are kind of the main targets here. Steven Adams, too. He's a guy that can crush in 25 or so minutes. So I think he's a solid play. But probably my favorite play in OKC right now would be Schroeder because of the price. Now, he's a guy we know. Whenever he's out there, he's going to shoot the ball a ton. Now, he kind of busted that last game, right? 4 points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 block in 26 minutes. He shot the ball 10 times, only shot it 1 of 10. We know when he's out there, he's going to shoot the ball a ton. And with no Chris Paul, I think the minutes will be solid. So I think he's probably my favorite Thunder player. But, I mean, SGA and Gallinari definitely viable as well as Steven Adams. Those 4 are kind of the main targets for me. Basley's okay. Don't know if we have to go there, though. Don't think the upside will be big enough. But that's kind of it, really. I think the starters get a decent run here. Again, this is the Thunder's last preseason game, so they could get extended. We don't know for sure. Jake Anderson, I'll match Dan's dono. You're the man. Whoa. Thank you, man. Really appreciate that. $15 donation. You've been in here all the videos, all the streams. Thank you so much, man. Really do appreciate that. But yeah, let's see. So yeah, I think it's Schroeder, Adams, Gallinari, SGA. I think Schroeder being my favorite because of the price. So let's move on to Portland. Portland, we got Lillard, and so we got news that it's gonna be a dress rehearsal, right? So Lillard and CJ should play over 30 minutes. Lillard at 8.5, CJ at 6.6, I think are both pretty solid. The concern is the matchup against the Jazz, but we saw the Kings just light it up against the Jazz that last game, so I don't know if we can necessarily, expect that again for teams to really run up the score in the Jazz. I think the Jazz are one of the better defenders or better defensive teams. I think that was kind of an outlier, but Lillard, CJ, if they're going to play over 30 minutes, I think are really solid. But probably my favorite play on Trailblazers would be Hassan Whiteside. The issue with him in the regular season last year was whether or not he was going to get minutes, right? It was always him and Bam fighting for minutes. He seemed to never get any fourth quarter run, but whenever we can get this guy playing minutes, he always crushes. And he's a guy who gets you to blocks, steals. I know the matchup not necessarily the best, but we saw centers have really big games against Gobert in the past. So I think Whiteside would probably be my favorite play. But again, he's kind of in that same territory as Mitchell Robinson, Jaren Jackson Jr., Marquise Chris. He gets in foul trouble a decent amount too. So there is risk that, Gobert gets him in foul trouble and he plays limited minutes. So the risk is there, but I think the upside's pretty high on Whiteside, and then for that reason, I think he's probably my favorite play. If you want the pivot, it's Zach Collins here, going to be starting alongside him. And again, if Whiteside gets in foul trouble, that'd be a huge boost to Zach Collins. We saw the upside. He has it in him. So, yeah, I think if you want to pivot off Whiteside, Zach Collins is solid. And then again, CJ and Damian Lillard, going to play over 30 minutes. I think both those guys are definitely in play. The other guys, don't know if we have to go there, like Bazemore, Simmons off the bench, Scal at the bench, Rodney Hood. It's just, yeah, they're okay. I just don't know if we have to go there on this slate. Wait, did I tweet out that I was live? I don't even think I tweeted out that I was live. Well, give me 1 second. Let me make sure I tweet out that I'm live here. Okay, so Portland. So now we go to Utah, right? So I think the Utah guys are solid here. Donovan Mitchell, Conley, Gobert at the top. All three are definitely in play. We don't really know what the minutes are going to be like, and I don't think we've got anything confirmed from the Jazz. But I think they're all just okay. I probably prefer, other spend ups, right? These guys are kind of in that weird price range of like high sixes, low sevens, where it kind of makes it tricky to make a lineup you're comfortable in, right? You're kind of spending up on guys like Harden, Westbrook, Anthony Davis, and spending down on other guys. So the guys kind of in the mid tier, I think are okay. I'm not really targeting any of these guys, but we know the upside's there with Donovan Mitchell if he's knocking down shots. Gobert obviously has the big block and steal upside. I think Conley's okay too. And then like Ingles, Bogdanovich, they're solid, right? The price tags make them in play. No one I'm super, super high on unless we get news that it's going to be kind of like a dress rehearsal game. So that's kind of my thoughts for the Jazz, at least for now. Finally, we'll get to the last game here, Golden State and the Lakers, and then I'll check Twitter one more time, and then we'll get to questions. So Golden State here, we got no Steph, right? So it's going to be a lot of D'Angelo Russell, a lot of Draymond Green. If we're going off last game, Steph played like 25 minutes, so I think that's kind of what we expect here from Draymond and D'Angelo Russell. Let's triple it. Nice free service, man, with fantastic attention to your crowd. Show this man some love. Yo, another $15 donation from Socratic Method. Really appreciate that, man. Thank you, guys. We're over 300 viewers, too. Again, if you're enjoying the content, I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe if you're not. Thank you guys for the donations. Definitely don't have to donate, but it's really, really appreciated. But yeah, back to Golden State. D'Angelo Russell, Draymond Green again. I think they play 25 or so minutes. I think the minutes are high on other guys, right? Like the Portland guys we know are probably going to play closer to 30 minutes, possibly or more. And then same thing with the Houston guys. So the risk is that these Golden State guys are probably only going to play 25 minutes, but this game should be played at a really fast pace. Russell, the upside's there. The floor is kind of low on him. We saw it with the Nets. He had big games, but he also had pretty low games. I think he's solid at 7.5K, but I think I probably prefer a couple other guys. Again, I think I prefer Westbrook to him because the minutes should be a little bit higher, but the upside is there with Russell. Same thing with Draymond. I think he's fairly priced at 6K. No Steph Curry. That's a lot of usage to go around. So both Russell and Draymond Green are definitely viable. Then we get to Marquise Chris, right? We've seen the upside in him in the last couple games in the preseason. It's high, but the floor is low. He's a guy that always seems to be in foul trouble. Lakers run big, so this is definitely a game that he could get in foul trouble. And the price is coming up on him. He's definitely still viable. Again, the upside's there, but I think I might hop off now because I think the ownership's going to be up on him, and there's always a chance that he gets into foul trouble. And I think I prefer Jaren Jackson Jr. because he's 4.3K to Marquise Chris 5.7K. There's less risk there. So $20 dinner for two at Applebee's. Thanks, bro. Gift of game donuts, $20. Yo, you're the man, dude. Thank you so much. Again, you guys really don't have to donate, but it's really appreciated. Thank you, guys. I'll go over this last game here, and then we will get to questions. So, back to Golden State, right? So Draymond, Russell, Marquise Chris, the risk is there, but the upside's high. You could go to a guy like Poole, but again, he's very scoring dependent. We saw he kind of busted the last game in 25 minutes, 8 points, 3 assists, 1 board, 3 of 14. So he's going to shoot the ball a decent amount, but if his shot's not falling, he can hurt you. But if he's knocking down threes, he can crush. So the risk is there. Spellman, we got Spellman is out actually, won't play due to tweaked back. Okay, I did not know that. That must have just came out, or I missed that news. Both Noah Amari Spellman, they're really thin up front, right? No Looney. They have they have Draymond, they have Marquise Chris, and they have Pascal here. And those are really their only bigs they have active. So, you could really go to any of these bigs. I think Pascal is definitely more viable here at 4.2K. Should get a lot of run. Lakers run big. So, all three of those guys are definitely in play, those bigs, because they should play some pretty big minutes. And finally, let's go to the Lakers. So, Lakers, we got obviously no Kuzma, no Boogie, right? LeBron at the top at 8.8K I think is very solid, but the concern with him is the minutes. They've been all over the place in the preseason. He started at, I think, 18, and then went to 25, and then went to 12 last game. It was something like that. He's bounced all around with the minutes. If he plays the minutes at like the 25-minute mark, then yeah, he can crush. But if he plays 12 minutes or 18 minutes, then you probably don't want to go there. So I think the safer option, again, is to go to like Harden or Westbrook because we know the minutes are there. But if LeBron gets those minutes, he can crush. Anthony Davis, I think I prefer Anthony Davis to LeBron if I'm picking between the two. Now, he missed that last game with a thumb, but it sounded like it was just a jammed thumb, so he should be good to go. The minutes should be solid. I think the minutes will be a little bit higher on him than LeBron, but we'll see. Again, we don't really have anything confirmed yet for minutes-wise, but I do like the upside of Anthony Davis. We saw Dwight Howard just crush the Lakers or the Golden State front court last game, so Yeah, I like a lot of these Laker bigs. Anthony Davis at the top. Dwight at 6.4K. Again, he just crushed in that most recent game in 22 minutes, 12 points, 13 boards, 6 assists, 4 steals, and 1 block. Don't necessarily think we can expect that again because LeBron and Anthony Davis missed that game. But I think he's solid at 6.4K. I think if I'm going to pick between the two centers, though, I'm going to lean towards JaVale McGee at 5.3 because I'll take the price savings. I'll take the 1.1K price savings, and I think the ownership's going to be a lot lower on McGee. And McGee, we've seen the upside on him. I think he had a game with 5 blocks and 3 steals. In that last game against the Warriors, he had 11 points, 5 boards, 1 assist, 3 blocks. He's always a guy that's going to get you blocks and steals. A revenge game narrative, too. Again, the minutes aren't going to be super high in him, probably 15 to 20, but he can crush in that time. So, yeah, all 3 of those big guys with Anthony Davis, Dwight, and JaVale McGee I like. Rondo, I like a good amount here at 5.2K. Again, the only concern is the minutes, whether he plays limited minutes or not. If he plays in that 25 or so minute range, I think he can crush. He's just going to be lobbing up alley-oops to guys like Anthony Davis, Dwight, LeBron, McGee. He's going to get a lot of assists. And he can knock down a 3 or 2. So I think Rondo's really solid here at 5.2K. Caruso, I don't think we have to go there. I think the only way I would target Caruso is if Rondo misses. And then the other guys, it's kind of a stay away, like Danny Green, KCP. Those guys are just too scoring dependent for my liking. Their shot's not falling. They can't get you there. And they're going to be playing, again, LeBron, Anthony Davis are in. So a lot of those guys are going to take a backseat offensive-wise. So really, it's kind of those main guys for me. LeBron, the risk is with the minutes, right? Anthony Davis then gets huge upside. And I like Dwight, McGee, and Rondo. So let me check Twitter. We got 40 minutes to lock, so we got a lot of time, guys. Let me see what we got news-wise, and then we can get the questions. Yeah, I haven't seen anything yet, so I'll try to check back every few minutes here. But let's jump into questions. So, have fun, don't take things too seriously. Dwight, 4,500 on FanDuel. Yeah, that's a really solid price for Dwight on FanDuel. People are going to chase Howard tonight. I think so, right? I think a lot of people are going to chase that game. That's why I kind of prefer McGee for 1.1K cheaper, but both are definitely in play. Top 5 spend-ups. Top 5? That's kind of a lot, but let's see. I think it's Harden, Anthony Davis, Westbrook. I mean, Lillard, the matchup's not good, but the minutes are going to be there. So I think it's Harden, AD, Westbrook, Lillard, and then Trae Young if he's going to play normal minutes. If he's not going to play normal minutes, I think I would lean towards D'Angelo Russell, who can crush in that time. Sup, Billy. Westbrook, Harden, Kyle Anderson, Draymond, Whiteside, McCollum, Jackson Jr., Steven Adams. Love this line. Yeah, I think that's really solid. Kyle Anderson should run some point there for Memphis. He's a guy I think is pretty low owned. Draymond in 25 minutes can crush, no Steph. Working to try to catch my news. Who you like? Best value at shooting guard. Let's see. Shooting guard. I think it's Schroeder for me. I think, again, he's going to be aggressive when he's out there. He's probably going to play 25 or so minutes. He's going to shoot the ball a ton. So I think it's Schroeder. Let's see other options. Eric Gordon's definitely viable too. A guy that's going to shoot a bunch. Jordan Poole, again, a little score independent for my liking. Lonnie Walker, too. The risk is whether or not he gets the minutes. I think if Lonnie Walker gets the minutes, he can crush. So, really, yeah, I think best value shooting guard. I think I would go Schroeder there because no Chris Paul. That's a lot of usage going on. We know Schroeder's going to be aggressive when he's out there. Sub 5K small forward. Let's see. Sub 5K. So, I think I'll go Jabari. He's going to come off the bench. He's played about 20 minutes every game, and he's going to be aggressive. And I like that he's small forward eligible, so I like Jabari. PJ Tucker's okay. Don't think the upside's huge on him, but the minutes should be solid. Hunter's okay, too, at 4.6K. Don't mind that. Kyle Anderson's doable. Should be running the point a little bit for Memphis. Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts for small forwards, 5K and under. 25 minutes for Atlanta starters. We're better than Asamoah stream. Hey, I appreciate that, man. We're over 350 viewers now. Thank you guys all so much for coming to check out the stream. Where did you see the Hawks 25 minutes? I have not seen that on Twitter. Who are the core plays tonight? Core plays, I mean, spend up wise, I think Harden's probably your best bet. I think he's the safest option. Yeah, I think it's Harden as a spend up. And then value plays, let's see. I mean, Schroeder should play some good minutes. I like McGee, Whiteside. I like a lot of the guys in the Hawks Knicks game. Bobby Portis, Jabari, Randall, Trae Young. Who's chalk tonight, DK? Chalk, I think it's going to be Harden, and I think it's going to be... I think Harden and one of the Trailblazers guys with Lillard or CJ. Yeah, I'm going to have to decide between Steven Adams and RJ Barrett at utility. Yeah, that's tough, right? The minutes are definitely going to be higher for RJ Barrett, but Steven Adams is a guy that can get you there in 25 minutes. So that's a tough decision. Yeah, I mean, that's really close. Portis better off the bench? I think so, right? He's going to be playing with higher usage guys with Randall, Dennis Smith Jr. now. So that's a concern with Bobby Portis is he's playing with higher usage guys. So I still like the price tag on him, though, at 5.2K. And again, the matchup's really good. Should I fade Harden for AD? You can. That's risky, right? I think Harden's probably going to be 60, 70% owned, and if he busts, then you're in great shape. So yeah, that's definitely viable. I like the upside in AD a lot. Favorite center 6K and below. Let's see, 6K and below. So Draymond's technically center. I like him. John Collins is solid. Marquise Chris should play some big minutes if he stays out of foul trouble. And the upside's there. Mitchell Robinson, don't hate him coming off the bench. Again, it's whether or not he can stay out of foul trouble. Whiteside, I like a good amount of 5.4K. Again, the concern always with him was whether or not the minutes are going to be there. But Utah runs big. I assume Whiteside gets some good run if he stays out of foul trouble. So I like the upside in him. I like the upside in McGee too. Bobby Portis. There's a lot of really solid senders, 6K and below. Rondo or Schroeder, that's really tough. I think the minutes will be a little bit safer for Schroeder, but I like the upside a little bit more for Rondo, so that's really close. Professional $2 donation. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Hot take, Thunder are going to run Adams right at JJ after seeing the last game fouls. Yeah, I mean, there's 100% concern with Jaren Jackson Jr. in foul trouble. SGA too expensive for you like him tonight? No, I think SGA is not too expensive. I think he's viable at 6.1, I think he is. Yeah, I mean, he's a guy, they've been running him out there a lot. Minutes-wise, he played, well, that was against New Zealand, but he's been playing close to 30 minutes. And with no Chris Paul, it's a lot of usage to go around. So I like him. I like Schroeder. I just think I would take the price savings on Schroeder, but it's close. I like both those guys a decent amount. Mike, I lost some more regulars in chat. Which Hawk small forward do you like the most? Bembry, Jabari, or Hunter? I think I'd go Jabari. Let me look at what the minutes have been like for all three of those guys on my phone really quick. And then I can better answer that question. But I think it's going to be Jabari for me. Let's see. Bembry's not out of play. I mean, he's a guy that's going to be aggressive when he's in there. So Jabari played 25 the last game. Bembry played 25. And then who was the other one? Hunter. Hunter started and played 25. So, yeah, I mean, it's close. Hunter's going to be playing with the starters, so Trae Young's going to be shooting the ball a bunch. I think I would go Jabari there. Phase small forward, that position is tough. Yeah, small forward is tough. Currently, I have Jabari, but, the risk is we've seen Jabari bust in good games last year, right? There's no lock in NBA. Like there's always risk with all of these guys, but I like the price tag and I like he's small forward eligible. Other options, I think Gallinari is really solid at 5.8K. Probably should play like 25 or so minutes. If you want to spend up and take the risk on LeBron, I think he's going to be a lot lower owned. But if he gets 25 minutes, he can crush it. Marcus Morris too at 5.3K. Again, not really a guy I usually target in DFS, but he's been killing it the last few games, and the matchup's really good. So, yeah, I think he's a really solid play here. And then that's kind of it. If you want to take a shot at the really cheap guys, I mean, Eric Gordon, he's a little scoring dependent for my liking. Poole, same thing. And then Lonnie Walker, but it's whether or not he gets some minutes, right? That's the risk. Do you like Tyus Jones? Yeah, I think Tyus Jones is really solid. He's a guy that's going to get you a ton of assists. If he's knocking down shots, he can definitely get you a double-double. So I think Tyus Jones is a really solid play at 4.8K. If you like Harden and Westbrook, do you think Harden and Westbrook play lots of minutes the way Pop pulls starters? I think so, right? They're going to say, they said it's going to be like a dress rehearsal. And the Rockets always play their starters big minutes in the preseason, so I think they're pretty safe for at least 30 or so minutes. Cornbolio Mahan with a $2 donation. Thank you. Is Nicotina going to play 20-plus minutes? Let's see what he played last time. Let me check really quick. They said there was a quote that they said they want to give him big minutes. Let's see what he played last time. He played 19 minutes. He had 5 points, 3 boards, 3 steals, or 5 points, 3 assists, 3 boards. I think he probably plays 20 to 25 minutes, so he's in play, right? The matchup's really good. I think he goes low owned coming off the bench, but he's not out of play. Tyus Jones or DSJ, that's really close. The concern with DSJ is he's coming back from injury, so maybe the minutes are limited, but I like the upside in him a lot. I like the upside in Tyus Jones a lot. I think the minutes will be a little bit higher in Tyus Jones, but it's really close. Let's see. Might play Ivan Robb and JJJ together. Yeah, Ivan Robb's a guy that I think is going to go super low owned, but with Brandon Clark out, he should play some solid minutes. So I think Ivan Robb's a really solid play that goes low owned. Nicky's supposed to play significant minutes. Yep, right. He's going to play big minutes. I would say 20, 25 maybe. Favorite player for utility at 4.3K and under. Ooh, there's not a whole lot of guys I like in the really cheap end tonight. Normally in these preseason slates, there's been a lot of like min-price guys that we can go to. 4.3K and below. Let's see. Jaren Jackson Jr. for sure. 4.3K, yeah. Jaren Jackson Jr. 100% there. Guard. Good night to be different. Yeah, there's a lot of different options. Portis playable. Dennis Smith. Both are definitely viable. The concern with Bobby Portis is he's playing alongside the starters, so the usage probably goes down a bit. And Dennis Smith Jr., I love the upside. It's whether or not he gets minutes. LMA or Julius. I think I'll go Julius there because the matchup. But with DeRozan out, LMA should crush. But it's Popovich, right? We never know what the minutes are going to be like for the Spurs guys. So I think I'll go Julius there, but it's close. Marcus Morris and Draymond or Bembry and Capella. I'd go Marcus Morris and Draymond there. Marcus Morris or Bobby Portis. I like Bobby Portis, but I always play Bobby Portis. I think I'll go Bobby Portis there, but it's really close. The upside on both those guys are pretty big tonight. Westbrook worth a shot as a pivot? Yes, 100%. You could play both, too. I'm deciding right now in my lineup whether or not I want to play both. I have Harden pretty much locked in, but I'm trying to get Westbrook in there, too. So, any value at small forward? Kind of went over that. Small forward value plays. Let's see. Again, it's Lonnie Walker is a cheap player. Jordan Poole, a little score independent, though. Kyle Anderson, solid, should run some decent a decent amount. Eric Gordon, he's going to shoot the ball a ton, but he's a little score independent for my liking. That's kind of it for really cheap small forwards. Daniel House or Kyle Anderson. I think I'll go Kyle Anderson there. House playing alongside Harden and Westbrook. Don't really know if I like that. Thoughts on Dylan Brooks? He's viable as a cheap Memphis guy. Again, no John Morant, no Brandon Clark. So there should be some decent minutes to go around. No Scal is a good play. Scal Labissiere. He's a guy that if Whiteside gets in foul trouble, will get some extra run. You think Westbrook, Harden, Kyle Anderson, JJJ, Whiteside, Tyus Jones, AD, and Jay Parker make a decent lineup? Yeah, I think that's really solid. You got Westbrook in there. You got Harden. You got Anthony Davis. You got the upside. You got cheaper guys like JJJ, Whiteside, Tyus, Parker off the bench. I think that's a really solid lineup. Portis or Jackson? Which Jackson are you talking about? Are you talking about Jaren Jackson? I think I'll take the price savings on Jaren Jackson versus Bobby Portis. Bruno Caboclo, yeah, he's definitely in play at 5K. Again, Caboclo and Ivan Robb are guys that I think go a lot lower owned. I think, even though JJJ burned a lot of people, they know like that price tag is way too cheap on him. So I think a lot of people are still going to go to JJJ, but Caboclo and Ivan Robb are definitely still viable. Randall or Draymond? That's really close. Give me Randall there. Gallinari or Adams, so damn close. Give me Steven Adams. Tyus Jones not starting. Okay, so let me check. Okay, we still have 30 minutes to lock, so we got a lot of time. Let me check Twitter really quick, see what news we got. I have not seen that yet. Maybe my Twitter's not updating. I have not seen that Tyus Jones is not starting. I'm thinking Portis over Randall to save money. Hawks are weak at both positions. Yeah, that's definitely viable. The concern with Bobby Portis is he's playing along higher usage guys, but he's still a guy that when he gets minutes, he's always super aggressive. Thanks, you're the only one that answers all the questions. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thoughts Thoughts on House Jr.? I think he's okay, just playing alongside Westbrook and Harden. I don't know if we have to go there. I think I like some other cheaper guys. Upgrade on Gordon coming out the bench. Upgrade on Gordon. Wait, are we talking about Eric Gordon? Are you talking about Eric Gordon? Sorry. Bembry or Z-Pat? Who's Z-Pat? Starters for the Hawks tonight: Trae Young, Cam Reddish, Hunter, Collins, Alex Len. Thank you. Let me retweet that really quick. Peachtree Hoops. That's an interesting Twitter handle. So yeah, hopefully we can get some news about Hawks minutes, because again, it is a front end of the back-to-back, so there's some concern there. Jabari or Poole? I think I'll go Jabari there. I like his price tag, but again, there's no really locks in NBA DFS. We've seen Jabari in good spots last year bust, but I like the price tag and I like the matchup. So thanks, I'm new. Stuck at 5,700. Who do you prefer between Adams, Collins, or RJ Barrett? I think I'd go RJ there. Again, the upside he's not like a super high usage guy, but if he's going to play, 35 to 40 minutes in a good matchup, I think I would go RJ Barrett there. I think he's the safest option. I do like the upside on Collins, though. Thoughts on Marcus Morris? I think he's really solid at small forward. There's not a whole lot of great small forward options. I think he's going to be pretty popular, and he's crushed it the last few games. He's normally a guy that, on Boston I didn't really play because Boston's a really balanced team, but he's been really good, and the matchup's good, so I think he's one of the better plays at small forward. Bembry or Parker? Are you talking about? I think I'll go Jabari Parker there. Thoughts on this lineup? LeBron, Harden, Jabari Parker, Julius Randle, JJ Schroeder, Caboclo, John Collins. Yeah, I think that's really solid. What are you on at Rob versus Kyle Anderson? Would it be whoever's? No, I think I would go Rob there. I like the upside, or the floor is higher always on bigs, and Rob's a guy that we saw he's had very good games in the regular season last year. So I like both. I think they're both solid, but I would go Rob because, again, I always kind of lean towards bigs. They have the higher floor. Grayson Allen probably starting. That could be true. I don't think that's confirmed yet, but let's see. Sorry, the chat's kind of moving fast here. I'm trying to get all these questions. Tyus Jones is now. FanDuel is wrong. Any thoughts on Dylan Brooks? He's viable. Eric Gordon, yes. If Rondo plays, he's going to smash it. Low ownership, he eats. Yeah, I agree. Right? It's just whether or not Rondo gets the minutes. If Rondo gets 25 minutes, I think he can crush. So I like him a good amount at 5.2K, but there is risk, and it's the last game of the slate. So, but if we get news like the starter's going to be limited, then you could always pivot to a guy like Caruso at a similar price. Parker or Barrett? I think Barrett's safer, right? The minutes are going to be really high in him, probably 35 or so. So I think I'll go Barrett there. Lonnie Walker, Barrett, or Schroeder, Caboclo. Give me Schroeder, Caboclo there. Just because the Spurs, we just never know with Popovich, right? It's always a concern targeting any of those guys. It's just a headache trying to figure out for DFS. So, yeah, I think I'll go Schroeder, Caboclo there. Alex Len in play? Yeah, he's definitely in play. I think he's, 4.2K? He's another guy that the upside's pretty high in him, but the floor is low. He seems to be a guy that whenever he was chalky last year, he'd always pick up like 3 fouls in the first few minutes and then just like kill everyone's line. But the upside's there. Len lines up against Portis defense. Yeah, like I said, Len can crush. The upside's pretty high in him. I think he goes somewhat low owned, but he's a solid cheap option. Zach Collins or Draymond Green? I would go Draymond Green there, I think. Collins, if Whiteside gets in foul trouble, that would be a big boost to Collins, but I think I like the upside a little bit more on Draymond. It's close, though. Fading Dre tonight. Who are your top values on the slate? I think Jaren Jackson Jr. is my favorite value play. I like Schroeder a decent amount. Jabari. Those are probably my top value plays. Adams or Len, FanDuel center. They're probably different prices, right? But I think Adams is a lot safer. But the upside is there with Len if you want to get risky. Hunter or Carroll. Not super high on either, but give me Hunter there. Whiteside last squared off against Gobert, December 2nd, 2018. Whiteside had a big game. 23 points, 11, 17 shooting, hauled in 20 boards, and blocked 3 shots. Yeah, right. Great point. Centers have done really well against Gobert. Utah's known as a pretty solid defense, but centers did really well against Gobert last year. And it's just, Whiteside, I think, gets solid minutes tonight. So I like him a good amount at 5.4K. Tyus not starting. Did I miss that? I haven't seen that news yet. Hawks starters. I'm still not seeing the Grizzlies starters. Randall or Draymond? I think I'd go Randall there. New line for me: Westbrook, Harden, Jabari, Gallinari, Whiteside, McCollum, JJJ, RJ. Yeah, that's really solid. Brody, do you even left? You look weak, bro. Randall. Yeah, your curls. Do you like? Where is it? Do you like Capella with Russ and Harden? You can do it. I think I probably prefer a couple other centers, but Capella's in play. Thoughts on Westbrook, Harden, Parker, JJJ, Anthony Davis, LeBron, D'Lo, Trey, and okay, that's not impossible. But you're talking about like making me pick between those guys. I think Harden's probably the top spend up. I like JJJ as the top, cheap guy in my opinion. AD break the slate. Yeah, he can crush. LeBron China narrative. Russ or Trey. Give me Russ right now, unless we know that the Hawks are going to use this as a dress rehearsal game. Right now, give me Russ, but if the Hawks use it as a dress rehearsal game, give me Trey. Tyus or Schroeder. I think Schroeder's a little bit safer, but I like both as value plays. Not one person talking about center play. My center play. Who's your center play? Atlanta. Which Atlanta small forward is starting again? It's DeAndre Hunter. He's at 4.6K. He's been picking up the start, so yeah, he's starting. Any Norvell? Don't think we have to go there unless the Lakers are resting guys. Westbrook, Harden, Jabari, JJJ, Portis, Lillard, Pascal, Whiteside. Thoughts? Yeah, I think that's really solid. I wouldn't be surprised to see some boos on Bron tonight. Yeah, definitely. I mean, LeBron's been pretty brutal on social media. Draymond Green don't have the shooters around him as he normally does. Yeah, he definitely doesn't, but no Steph. That's a lot of usage to go around, and we saw Draymond likes to run the point a good amount, so don't hate him. Thoughts on Andre Iguodala? He's not playing. I don't think he's with the team. 30 plus Westy, Harden, Cap, 30 plus minutes from each. You're trying to fit Harden, Westbrook, and Davis. Yeah, you can do it. That's the lineup I'm kind of working with right now. I have no, I don't have Anthony Davis. I was trying to fit it in. We'll see. Those three will probably have the most upside. Parker, Marcus Morris, or Portis. Thanks. That's really close to all three. Give me Portis there, but I like all three of those guys. SGA with Paul out, good play. Yeah, 6.1K, should get good minutes. Morris. Yeah, I mean, it's really close with those three guys. DK lineup: Dame, CJ, Portis, Adams, Barrett, Rob, Harden with Lonnie Walker as a wild card. Playing Dame and CJ together, it's okay. But that's okay. That's okay. Thoughts in a GPP: Russ, Harden, LeBron, DeAndre Hunter, Portis, Schroeder, Caboclo, JJJ. Yeah, that's solid. DeAndre Russell, 2 scoring independent. A bit, but the upside's there on him. The ceiling's pretty high, but the floor is low, so that is the risk. Lonnie Walker is starting. Let me see. I'm still not seeing this news. If you guys see news, just tag it to me on Twitter. I'm kind of trying to do 2 things at once here, but yeah, I don't see that Lonnie Walker news. Trey Lyles playable, yeah, but I don't think we have to take a shot there, right? It's just if he gets 20 minutes, he can get you there, but I don't think we have to go there in this slate. Steven Adams or Draymond? Give me Draymond there. Marquise Chris more viable than Collins with no Spellman. So know what you're getting into with Marquise Chris. The ceiling is really high, but the floor is low. If he stays out of foul trouble, he can crush. He should get big minutes. So if you're going safer, definitely go John Collins there. But if you want to go risky, you can take a shot at Marquise Chris. You're trying to Harden, Westbrook, and Davis. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I don't know if it's viable because I like a lot of guys in the mid-range too. I got a lot of guys in the Hawks-Knicks game. Russell or Randall? I think I'd go Randall there. Pick one. Adams, Capella, or Len. me Steven Adams. LeBron is an idiot. Minutes for Capella. I think Capella probably gets 26, 27 minutes. Schroeder or Lonnie Walker. I think Schroeder's safer, right? Again, it's just the Spurs are always a headache trying to figure out the minutes. Dame or AD. I'd go Anthony Davis there. Russ or D'Lo. I think I would go Russ there. Harden, Dennis Schroeder, Bojan, Portis, Adams, Westbrook, Russell. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Is Donovan Mitchell playing? I think so. We don't have anything confirmed yet. How many players do you have from Golden State Lakers game? I've been going back and forth with 3 and 1. I've been going back and forth here with my lineup. I have, McGee, Anthony Davis, and Rondo on one, and then I only have McGee in this other one. I'm trying to decide which one I want to go to. So, yeah, the question is 1 or 3 right now. Anderson, Collins, favorite cheap small forward plays. Again, I think, Jabari Parker off the bench. I like him. Marcus Morris. I think the small forward options are this. LeBron's really risky, but you can go there. I think it's Gallinari, Marcus Morris, and Jabari Parker. Now, Knox off the bench is still doable, too, in a good matchup. I think he goes a little bit lower owned. But those are the guys I would feel, pretty safe with targeting. The other guys are a little bit more risky. So it's, again, Gallinari, Marcus Morris, and Jabari Parker, in my opinion. Alonzo Trier, Nerlens Noel. Don't think we have to go there. House or Hood. Not really high on either. I guess Rodney Hood, but I don't really like either. It could benefit Bembry and Parker not starting more than they play with Trey is out. More shots. Favorite forward or center play 4,400 or lower. Already have Jaren Jackson. Favorite forward or center 4,400 or lower. Let's see. I was going to say Ivan Robb, but he's 4,500. 4,400 forward or center. Give me Jakob Poeltl at 4.3. Probably will play like 20 minutes, so I probably think Jakob Poeltl, unless there's anyone else. Pascal, too. I mean, he should play some good minutes for Golden State at 4.2, too. So I think it's probably Jakob Poeltl or Pascal for me. Trey Lyles on the bench, too, I guess. Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. Lillard lists his game GTD and RotoWire. I think he's good to go, but you never know. Westbrook or Trae Young. That's close, right? I think right now I'm going to go Westbrook, unless we get news of the Hawks starters, which I'm trying to figure out. Hawks started, yeah. So, yeah, that's already listed. I am just trying to find, whether or not the Hawks are going to play big minutes. I don't think I've seen anything. If you guys see anything in the Hawks starters minutes, that would be big. Please link that to me on Twitter. Whiteside too cheap with his potential minutes and upside. Yeah, I like Whiteside. Again, it's when he gets minutes he can crush, and I think he plays like 25 or so in this one if he stays out of foul trouble. AD just got hurt walking into the arena. He's made of glass. Chris play on FanDuel. Yeah, I mean, the upside's high in him. It's whether or not he can stay out of foul trouble. SGA, Gallo, Portis, or DSJ, Barrett, Collins. I think SGA, Gallo, and Portis is a little bit safer because we don't know what the minutes are going to be like for Dennis Smith Jr. So give me SGA, Gallo, and Portis. How safe do you think SGA is? I think he's solid at 6.1K. Should play 25 to 30 minutes. I think he's solid at 6.1K. I don't think he's the best play, but I don't think he's the worst play. Thoughts on Ryan Anderson? No, thank you. Tweeted you, yep, Atlanta Hawk. I think I retweeted the Hawk stars already. Need to know about Tyus Jones, please. Yeah, we don't know yet. What's up, man? Do you like Trae Young tonight? Yeah, I like the upside in Trae. The concern with Trae Young, the risk is it's the front end of a back-to-back, so they might limit him. That's the news I'm trying to find out because that game's locked in 10 minutes. But the upside's huge on Trae Young. And I think he goes a little bit lower owned with people going with Harden, Westbrook. Yeah, so if you guys find out any news about Hawks starters, would really appreciate it if you would link that to me. So we got 10 minutes left. Houston running a rehearsal game? Yes. Houston said they're running a dress rehearsal game, so Harden and Westbrook are really solid spend-ups. Collins and Caboclo or Capella and Robb? Give me Capella and Robb. I can't find your picks on Twitter. I do so much better when I can add your picks to my pool. I don't tweet picks. I just kind of go talk about plays, I guess. So many Duke players in that Atlanta-New York game. I like the narrative for DFS. Yeah, there's a lot of Duke guys. Conley, I think Conley's okay. We don't know what the starters' minutes going to be like. I think he's solid. Again, that price range is a little tough. It's kind of high 6s, low 7s because there's a lot of guys. I mean, you want to get like Westbrook, Harden, AD in your lineup, and then you kind of want to go cheaper. So I think he's okay. I think he goes lower owned. What's good about Caboclo? Should play some decent minutes. 5K, though, is a little pricey. That's why I prefer Jaren Jackson Jr. and Ivan Robb, but he's okay. Robinson off the bench, good play. I think he goes a lot lower owned if we're talking about Mitchell Robinson, right? Again, the upside's pretty high on him, so I think the upside is there. Dennis Smith Jr. or SGA. Well, are you playing it safe or risky? If you're playing it safe, go SGA. If you want to risk it, go Dennis Smith Jr. I think the upside's a little bit higher on him, but we don't know what the minutes are going to be like. Who is your favorite play tonight? My favorite play, my spend-up play is Harden, and my cheap play is Jaren Jackson Jr. Hit the thumbs up, like button, show your support. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying, please hit that like button. We're at 78 likes again. We're over 300 viewers. Thank you guys for all the support. Trey Lyles is doable. He can crush in limited time. He's not out of play. Do you think D'Angelo can go off revenge game? Yeah, the upside's high in D'Angelo. No Steph Curry. He's going to shoot the ball a ton. Probably only going to play 25 minutes, but we know the upside's there in him. Thoughts on Aldridge? Pop always lurking. Yeah, I mean, the risk is there, right? But if he plays 25 minutes, no DeRozan, I think he's solid at 7.1. Last game for Utah tonight. Think they get extended minutes? Yeah, that is true. I have that written down. The Jazz, this is their last preseason game, so they could get extended. We don't know yet for sure. Lineup for tonight, thoughts? Russell, Harden, Jabari, John Collins, Pirtle, Barrett, Jaren Jackson Jr., Westbrook. Yeah, I think all those guys are solid. Has already played the Lakers a bunch this preseason and hasn't done anything. What about Noel? Don't think we have to go there. Steven Adams back. Jakob Pirtle. Yeah, I mean, Jakob Pirtle's probably going to play 15 to 20 minutes. Jaren Jackson Jr. has committed 2 fouls. Breaking news. Yeah, I mean, the risk is there, right? But I'm going back to the well. If he stays out of foul trouble, they can get you there. Jakob not starting. LeBron sitting or playing, we don't know yet on LeBron. Yes, I got that Knicks news already. Degroot already tweeted that. Man, I'm hoping we get news on these Hawks starters. Otherwise, yeah. So the concern of the Hawks guys is they play limited minutes, but I like Trae Young. I like John Collins. I like Jabari. Bron sitting or no? I think he's playing, but we don't know what the minutes going to be like. Bobby Portis in play also. Yes, for sure. GPP lineup, Harden, Shea, House, Portis, Whiteside, McCollum, JJJ, AD. Yeah, I like the upside. House is okay, but he's going to be playing along high-usage guys like Harden and Westbrook. JJJ fouled out. Marcus Morris or Bogdan. Give me Marcus Morris. Who's your favorite play? 4,700. Cheaper for utility, not named Schroeder or JJJ. Well, that's tough because I was going to say Schroeder and JJJ. So 4,700, not Schroeder and not JJJ. Give me Ivan Robb. With no Brandon Clark, I think he gets some big minutes. So, yeah, I think give me Ivan Robb there. Thoughts on Herzonia? Don't think we have to do it. Terrence Ferguson not active tonight, just got in a car accident. Pirtle or Jakob Pirtle with the news. What's the news? Can you guys tweet me the news? Is Lonnie Walker starting? That's what people are saying. From RotoWire, confirmed. Yeah, I got that. I don't see this Lonnie Walker starting news. Good sneaky plays around 4.4K for DK. Well, sneaky around 4.4K. I think Ivan Robb solid because a lot of people know JJJ. LeBron said he planned to play Wednesday and Monday. Ferguson out OKC. Whiteside or Portis. I like both, but give me Whiteside. Kyle Anderson, a sneaky dirt cheap play. Yes, he should run some point a decent amount. Not seeing any Spurs, man. Yes, Spurs, Murray, Forbes, Walker, Lyles, Aldridge. Okay, we did just get that news. From Jeff J. McDonald. Thank you for linking that to me. So with Lyle starting and no Pirtle, I don't think I would play Jakob Pirtle now because there's a shot that maybe he doesn't play. But I think Lonnie Walker starting and Trey Lyles starting. So both those guys are viable as cheap plays. I like the upside in Dejounte Murray, and Aldridge is doable too. All right, we got 6 minutes to lock. Give me 1 minute, guys. Let me confirm my lineup here, and then we can get to last-minute questions. But give me like 1 or 2 minutes here. Again, we got 5 minutes to lock. I just want to make sure I got everything good to go here on my side. All right, you know what? I think I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to risk it with. I'm playing Rondo, AD, and McGee right now. I know that's risky, but I think I'm going to stay with it. I'm fading Westbrook. I got Harden in there too, but I want to get Schroeder in. Man, this is tough. I'm trying to do the show. What do you think about McGee and Rondo? I like both. I think the upside's pretty high. How do you feel about Bojan? I think he's okay. Trey, Reddish, yep, starting. Lonnie, only 4,200 though. Yeah, I like the upside in him. It's worth the risk. I think so. I think it's worth a shot for sure. Love my line, but no 10:30 game players. Is that bad? No, that's doable. You can fade the last game for sure. If you love your line, I'm saying don't overthink it. Exactly. Like, always go with your gut too. If you really like your line, do not make any changes. Jaren Jackson Jr. picked up his third foul. Terrence Ferguson will not play tonight. Thunder State got a car accident. Ferguson watching locker room pregame is okay. Okay, yeah, so no Terrence Ferguson. I don't think that's huge news. Maybe a little bit a boost to Schroeder and SGA. Okay, let's see. Playing Lyles, Gordon and Randall, or Draymond and Morris. I think that's Eric Gordon and Randall, or Draymond and Morris. I think I'll go Draymond and Morris there. Could relax, get your lineup right. Bojan or Schroeder. I think I like Schroeder. We know he's going to shoot the ball a ton. It's, can he hit shots, right? He was like 1 of 10, kind of busted last game, but still played some decent minutes. No CP3. I think Schroeder's solid. Everybody fading Lillard. I think Lillard's solid at 8.6. He's going to play probably 30-plus minutes. So Lillard and CJ, definitely viable. This free chat can wait. Portis or Whiteside. Focus on your lineup. DK, you've done plenty to help. God bless. All right. Yeah, let me try to fix my lineup here, or possibly change it. We'll see. It's really like Harden and Westbrook for me, or Harden and AD, right? Like that's. I mean, you can get all three if you really want to, but you got to take some shots and some risky plays. And I just realized, well, I don't have Jaren Jackson Jr. in my lineup. That's kind of a mistake, so I definitely have to make some changes here. All right. So let's go Westbrook and Harden. We got any Hawks news still about the starters? I don't think so. DK DFS tweeting me. Yep, got that. All right, I think I'm going with that. So I think we're good. We got 2 minutes to lock. Rondo or McGee. I like both. I think that the upside might be a little bit higher. McGee. Best play 5,100 or below. Probably Jaren Jackson Jr. 4,300. Got to give him a chance to fix the lineup. AD, too injury prone. I'm fading him tonight. Yeah, I currently now do not have Anthony Davis in, but I think the upside's pretty high in him. If you're fading AD, you've already lost. Yeah, I mean, the risk is there, right? It's tough for sure. Can I still sneak him in here? I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. See if we can get him in. Yeah, I can't get a lineup I like. I'm just going to stick with it. Tyus is in, Pascal or JJJ. Give me JJJ. Thanks, DK. Good luck, all. Again, yeah, thanks, guys, for coming to check out the stream. An hour-long stream. Really appreciate all you guys coming to check out the stream. Anthony Davis, breathe too hard, questionable return. Yeah, I mean, that's the risk with Anthony Davis, right? Schroeder, JJJ, Parker. Yeah, I think all 3 of those guys are pretty solid. Lock. Yep, we are at lock. That makes it happen. Whew. But, DK, you're the man. Thanks for all the help and time. Of course, man. Again, thanks, guys, for coming to check out the stream. If you're new, would appreciate if you hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content. I'll stay live for another minute or so. Any last-minute questions, and then I'm going to hop off here. Let's look at some ownerships, see what we got. So I went with both Westbrook and Harden. Westbrook's 48% in this big tournament. Harden is 53%. Jabari, 9%. I'll take that. Bobby Portis, 24%. And Jaren Jackson Jr., 56%. That's what I got going right now. I kind of like those ownerships. I thought Harden would be a lot higher owned, only 50-some%. Yeah, I'll take that. I'd be mad proud for helping us versus getting a lineup together last minute. Of course, man. I mean, I'm always trying to help you guys. I want you guys to win. What do you think about Caldwell Pope? Don't think we have to do it. Yeah, he's too score independent and playing alongside those, Harden or playing alongside LeBron, AD. Don't think we have to do it. Thanks, DK. Of course, man. You changed the game. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, man. Laughing at a 5% Chris Paul in my 100-man FanDuel tournament. Yeah, I mean those 5% of people, right? Light that money on fire. Thanks, DK. Thanks, bro. Of course, man. Go over ownership. Yeah. What else do we got here? So I just went over guys that I had in my lineup. So let's look at some other ownerships. Marcus Morris is 19%. I like that. RJ Barrett, 35%. Again, I liked a lot of those guys in the Knicks-Hawks team. Randall, 26%. I like that. Chris Paul, 1.5%. Yep, light money on fire there. Steven Adams, 6%. That's good ownership on him. What else we got? Crowder, he's not playing, 0.1%. Taj Gibson at 4.2%. Another Chris Paul lineup. Let's see. Gallinari is 25%. Yeah, the small forward is tough, right? I took the shot in Jabari. We'll see. Jabari has busted in good spots before, but I like it that coming off the bench. Jakob Poeltl, 0.74, possibly not playing. DeAndre Hunter, 2%. Trey Lyles, 0.8%. I like that. Aldridge is only 5% Aldridge. You're risking it with Popovich, but if he gets 25 minutes, it can get you there. Let's see what else we got. Trae Young, 15%. Yeah, I like that. Trae Young, 19.5. SJ, 7.83. Capella, 10.5. Harden, 64% and 33. JJJ, 80%. Yep, I'm in that $33 tournament too. Adam, 6%. GGD gets man, real dude. Appreciate that, man. Schroeder, only 14%. Wow, yeah, I think he's a really solid value play. If he's knocking down shots, he can definitely get you there. And the minutes should be solid. Schroeder, 15%. Yeah, with no Chris Paul, I mean, he should play some good minutes. DeJounte Murray, 2%. Yeah, I like that. A good amount, too. Been watching for a week now. You have been tremendous. Help. Appreciate it, man. Of course. Thanks for coming to check out the stream. DeJounte, 91%. Yeah, I like that. Schroeder's 15%. Wow. None of these guys are injured, but head coach Joe Jenkins wants to keep them fresh for the regular season opener next week. Tyus Jones should get some extended run, as should Bruno. Wants to keep them fresh for the regular season opener next week. So, I mean, slight concern to those Memphis guys, right? Trae Young, Harden, Hood, JJ Whiteside, SJ, Chris, and Capella for me tonight. Yeah, I mean, Hood's not really a guy I was super high on, but if he's knocking down threes, he can get you there. But yeah, I think I'm going to hop off here, guys. Again, thanks for coming to check out the stream. I'll have a video up for the Thursday slate. We got 5 games. Yeah, 5 games, and then we close out Friday with 6 games. So I'll have that video up for the 5-game Thursday slate here tonight, so be on the lookout for that. But I think I'm going to hop off here again. Thanks for coming to check out the stream, and I will see you guys later.